Hi guys, it's Angie. Welcome to day 19. We are 19 days into this countdown to Halloween. Hope you guys are enjoying all my tutorials. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be creating a red crimson demon, or my version of it anyway. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Otherwise, thanks for watching and let's get started. To start off this process, I applied a bald cap. This is a plastic bald cap, and I do have a video on how to apply those. And then I glued down these little horns that I made. I glued them down with a little bit of Pros-aide, and around the edges I stippled another layer of Pros-aide to help hide the seam. Once those were dry, I went ahead and powdered. For the white base of this character, I used Kryolan's Super Color in white, and I applied that with a Real Technique sponge. I find that patting this product in the skin gives it the maximum coverage. Any of the areas that I couldn't reach with the sponge, I went in with a brush and applied the Super Color. I also made sure to apply the Super Color to all the areas of my skin that's showing. Then I set the cream with a little powder of the baby. Next I started airbrushing on some stripes with Endura's Aged Blood color. And when I'm doing this, I like to hold the gun parallel to the stripe that I'm going for and then slowly move my arm up and down. Now I know a lot of you guys complain when I use my airbrush in tutorials. I don't do it for any specific reason other than it's faster, and I'm trying to get better at airbrush because that's what's used on a lot of movies and sets and stuff. But as I always say, you don't have to have an airbrush, you can replicate these designs with cream makeups. Towards the back of the bald cap, I applied a layer of the Aged Blood color. I also thickened the stripes towards the back of my head. I want the back of the head to be almost opaque with a little bit of texture peeking through. I continued that striping technique around my neck and down onto my chest. I really want these stripes to flow with the curves of my body, so I'm just kind of circling them around my neck and down onto my chest. Most of what I'm doing is kind of hard to explain. It's more about the visuals, I guess, for this tutorial. I built up more of that stripe pattern onto my forehead and brought those stripes towards the face. I made sure not to go down too far because I plan on doing a couple stripes around the eyes as well. While I was on the top of the head, I went ahead and shaded around the horns. I wanted these lines to be a contour for my face, so I simply extended them down my cheekbone. With the cut down chip brush and a tongue depressor, I began to spatter some of the aged blood onto my skin. I focused that primarily where the stripes were. I just wanted to add a little more texture to the stripes. Next, I painted the horns white again, and then I began to detail them out with a dark red alcohol paint. And I just applied that dark red at the base of the horn where it erupts from the skin. Then I blended it upwards towards the tip of the horn. After priming my eyelids, I applied NYX's Milk Pencil and blended it out with my finger. Then I set that cream with powder of the baby. Is that powder made from babies? Guess you guys will never know. To continue that stripe party, I brought the stripes from my temple down into my crease. And I also applied that Aged Blood color into my crease. From the inner corners of the crease, I also brought that Aged Blood color down the sides of my nose. Just wanted to add a little bit of contour here. Then I began to contour other areas of my face, like underneath the lip and right above the lip. From the eye crease, I also created a couple of more stripes radiating up towards the forehead. I didn't want these stripes to connect with the forehead stripes, but I want them to get pretty close. I added a little bit of the Aged Blood underneath the eye. In retrospect, I would probably do this with eyeshadow next time. I also decided to up my nose contour by contouring the tip of the nose with the red, and also shading the sides of the nose a little bit more. Next, I use a burgundy shadow, Hyron, to apply to my eyelids. And this is from my favorite palette of the year. I used Red Ochre and a little bit of Love Letter. But seriously, you guys, this palette, I cannot stop reaching for it. It's the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Anything that's art inspired and this pigmented is going to be a favorite of mine. I did smudge a little bit more of Ron under the eye as well. And to the waterline, I applied a dark red pencil. Next I added some chin stripes, which ended up looking like a star goatee, but you know, I couldn't help myself. These stripes, man, they have bewitched me, body and soul, much like Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice and stripes. To the lips I sprayed more of the aged blood color. And I sprayed this color over the lip line to give it a hazy type look. And I couldn't help myself, so I applied some stripes that lead up towards the nose. I dabbed on a bit more of the super color with the Real Technique sponge. And then I applied a little more aged blood to the lips. And to the center of the lips, I patted on more of the red ochre eyeshadow. Alright guys, that's a wrap on this Crimson Demon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, I want to remind you guys to use the hashtag Goldieween on Instagram. I'm going to be featuring some of you guys on my Instagram, so if you want to be featured, use that hashtag. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. And I will see you tomorrow in a new video.